Did you know that during your application for a job, when you're applying for a job, many people get these jobs because of their brand, because of the brand they built? I mean, by the time you come for this interview, for the job interview, the HR and the people who are going to interview you have already known who you are, have already known your brand, and have already known whom to give a job and whom not to hire. I want to tell you, friends, that your social media platforms or accounts are the ones failing you to get the job, all are the ones giving you that job. Last time when we had our session of understanding a personal brand, I told you one thing, that a brand is what you stand for, who you are. So many of you miss jobs because people have already known you before you come for an interview. Today, I'm here to help you how to build a strong and sustainable personal brand. When building a brand, you need to consider the 3C's plus 1 model. The 3C's plus 1 model will help you build a very strong and sustainable brand. Let me take you straight to the 3C's plus 1 model. The 3C's, we have number 1, clarity, number 2, communication, number 3 is connection. Then the plus 1, I mean the other C, but it's not among the first 3 C's. So the reason why it's called plus 1 is because for it helps you sustain that brand that you are building. So that plus 1 is what we call consistency. Clarity makes you be aware, or helps you be aware of who you are, of what you want to do, of who your audience is or what your audience is. So clarity, you need it to be very, very clear. You make everything clear. That will help you build a strong personal brand. Who you are your values. What do you stand for? What do you believe in? That's who you are. Some of us actually confuse who you are and what you are. Who you are your beliefs, is what you actually is what you believe in, okay? Who you are. Then what you are is what you're doing. So sometimes associated with your profession, with your job. So many people have built their brands on the jobs they're doing. Someone is an HR for MTN. So is building her brand, her personal brand, on that job. So the worst part of it is when tomorrow you are fired from MTN, it means that that brand is gone. You need to start building another brand. So when you're building a brand, don't build a brand depending on your job, but depending on your skills, on your values. Okay? So get to know who you are. Define yourself. After defining yourself, know your values. What are your values? 1, I'm innovative. Number 2, I'm consistent. Number 3, I'm a good time manager. Number 4, I'm loyal. You understand? So get to know all that. After defining yourself, because a brand without value is nothing. So first have your personal values. Then, after knowing who you are, or after knowing your values, then define your purpose. Get to know your purpose. Your purpose is your calling. Your purpose might be maybe your hobby. What you enjoy could be your purpose. Your purpose could be your profession. Some of you, your professionals are your callings. Yes. Then there are some of you where your professions are not your calling. You will force things, you will do what, but it will fail. How can your profession be your calling or your purpose? Number one, I'll give you an example. A lawyer, that's your profession as a lawyer. You might decide to educate the mass about things related to law, but not telling them that you're the this and this of Pepsi-Cola and what, a lawyer of Pepsi-Cola, a lawyer of this. No. Teach them things related to law that solves their problem. That even in your retirement, you will still educate the mass about things, issues related to law that solves people's problem. That's how you use your professional to build a brand. I'll give an example of maybe an engineer, a civil engineer. You use your profession to educate the mass about issues related to engineering, construction, the types of construction, the kind of buildings, the material that should be used, like that. Okay? So you educate the mass that even during your retirement, you can still educate the mass. Then hobby. You can use your hobbies as your purpose, as your calling. Talent can be your calling. Then after knowing your purpose, then know your audience. Who is your audience, or what is your audience? Are we together? If you're a civil engineer, you're trying to educate the mass maybe about construction, maybe construction bungalows and everything. Who is your main target? Are they children? No, automatically, because children will not construct houses tomorrow or when. Your main target are people who are actually employed, already making some money, either self-employed or employed in a certain company. People earning, okay? Anyone earning is your target market. Anyone still renting, okay? Anyone in real estate, are we together, are your target audience. For example, like you are my target audience. If I decided to educate, when you educate, education is wide. There are very many areas of educating the mass. But what did I decide to take? I decided to take people and organizational culture coaching. I'm specific. I'm clear. Your purpose should be clear. So when you're building a strong brand, the purpose should also be very clear. So your audience should also be very, very clear. Define your audience clearly, so that you don't just, you're wandering, you're just moving here and there, here and there, here and there. Okay? When you know your audience, automatically you know what to deliver. Okay? So being clear, that's the first C. Then the second C, it's communication. After identifying your audience, then communicate to the audience. Solve the problem. Give the content that solves the problem. You can communicate in many ways. Number one, through demonstrations. Number two, through the way now what I'm doing. Then you can also do your content through storytelling. It could be also poetry. Many people are doing poetry as their brand. Okay? So communicate. That's communication. That's the second C. Then the third C is connection. Connect. Now start engaging. Start the networking. You network. Go to those places where your audience is. Engage with the audience. It could be physical or online. Your audience could be online or physical. I'll give an example. Like I'm trying to educate you guys who are online, and also try to educate people in workplaces, in schools, and everywhere physically. Then the plus one, because it's 3C's plus one model. So the plus one is consistency. Because you've built this brand now, you need to sustain it. So sustaining it requires consistency. As we all had that Rome was not built in one day. Do it today, do it tomorrow, do it next time, do it repeatedly. I read a book called Small Habits. In this book, the writer showed us how a 1% improvement helped the British cyclists to win the cyclist championship for over 6 years. And these guys were performing poorly. Not until they adopted a 1% improvement. That every small thing done was taken as an improvement. So today do something, a 1% thing that you do today. Tomorrow do a 1%, next day 1%. In a month, you've made 30% things. In a year, you've made 360%. So it's a 1-1-1-1. Consistency helps you not to lose morale. Consistency helps you keep on a track. So friends, I think that's what I had for you today. I was helping you how to build a strong and sustainable brand. Among the things you should forget, kindly don't forget the 3C's plus one model, where we had clarity, communication, connection, then plus consistency. If you do all that, you would have helped me to promote my brand of solving a problem whereby many people are looking for ways of how to build strong brands. Stay well, build those brands. Your brand speaks better than your name. Your brand speaks better than your actions, because a brand is a collection of everything.